It's 11:15 here in Zimbabwe's capital, Harare. Welcome to ZTN News Blitz, our top stories. Zimbabwe government speaks on opposition boycott. Zimbabwe mining watchdog speaks on alleged forced labor. Truant Zimbabwe legislators penalized. Russian alcohol consumption down by 43%. And in sport, Mtawarira to start on Shizuka. Now, Zimbabwe mining watchdog speaks on alleged forced labor, where Center for Natural Resources Governance says there is no evidence of forced labor in the Southern African country's diamond industry. This comes after the United States detained Zimbabwean diamonds, citing forced labor in the production of the precious stones. The center's spokesperson, Simiso Mlevu, speaks.
It will help us if they had released a comprehensive report regarding forced labor in Zimbabwe. But as things stand, we don't want to dismiss and say there is no forced labor in Marange specifically. But what we are certain for sure as an organization is that we have not come across forced labor. So what we can say is that it will help us if they can release the comprehensive report about forced labor.
Zimbabwe's State of the Nation address seems to be a gift that keeps on giving. While President Mnangagwa's statement is the biggest talking point this morning, there is also some side drama playing out. The country's two major political parties, ZANU-PF and MDC, are exchanging verbal jabs again. Leader of government business in Zimbabwe's parliament, Ziyambi, is accusing the MDC of double standards after opposition legislators walked out of parliament before President Mnangagwa's address yesterday.
You don't come into an august house as a product of an election that put in place this president and themselves, and you decide that you do not recognize the process. Our constitution indicates that our legislature consists of the president and parliament. So whatever they will do after this, if they are to pass a law, who will sign that law?
On the flip side, a senior aide to the MDC leader, Nelson Chamisa, Morgan Komichi, insists there are valid reasons for the continued boycotts.
Receive their sitting allowance. I'm aware that we had put together a pay sheet for the past outstanding sitting allowances for the past 5 months, and I want that pay sheet withdrawn from the minutes. Effectively, it means no payment for today's sitting and the 5 others that were outstanding.
Meanwhile, Zimbabwe's Speaker of National Assembly, Advocate Jacob Ndenda, has fined opposition legislators 5 months' worth of allowances for Tuesday's boycott.
Receive their sitting allowance. I'm aware that we had put together a pay sheet for the past outstanding sitting allowances for the past 5 months, and I want that pay sheet withdrawn from the minutes. Effectively, it means no payment for today's sitting and the 5 others that were outstanding.
Now, as millions of Zimbabweans await a High Court determination on an application to have a ban on mobile cash-in and cash-outs reversed, the country's ICT minister insists that government move to bar the services is a necessary evil. Some mobile money agents were charging customers premiums of between 50% and 70% to access cash.
That your money in the wallet is very, very safe. In fact, if you have noticed the world over, I'm actually surprised, to be perfectly honest. Well, maybe I don't know, it's because it's Zimbabwe, but the world over is moving towards a cashless society. You go to China, for example. You know, I've been, personally myself, I haven't had cash in my hands for the past 6 months, but I'm surviving. This is where technology is going. And in fact, I think recently there's a company that introduced, what do you call it, a finger pay, where you use your fingerprint to pay. This is where the world is going. In China, I know for a fact, they use, your phone is everything. You don't even need a bank card.
The World Health Organization says alcohol consumption in Russia has decreased by 43%. The decline is attributed to a series of alcohol control measures implemented by the state, and Russia has been considered one of the heaviest drinking countries in the world. In Netherlands, tractor driving farmers who have taken to the streets to demand greater recognition have caused the worst ever Dutch rush hour in history. Reports say there were 1.136 kilometers of jams during morning peak, and farmers reacted angrily to claims that they were largely responsible for a nitrogen oxide emissions problem. Now in sport, Tendai Taurira and Bongimbo Nambi have been rewarded for strong performances against Namibia last Saturday and keep their places a loose head, prop and hooker respectively, ahead of Stephen Kitchoff and Malcolm Marx, who started the 23-13 defeat to New Zealand on 21 September. In the UEFA Champions League, Bayern Munich maintained control of Group B when they beat Tottenham Hotspur 7-2 in London, and Serge Gnabry scored 4 with Robert Lewandowski and Kimmich also on target. In other games, saw Real Madrid draw 2-2 with Club Brugge, and Manchester City beat Dinamo Zagreb 2-0, and Juventus beat Bayer Leverkusen 3-0. In the Castle Premier Soccer League midweek fixtures today, Bulawayo Chiefs play Harare City at Luveve, Dynamos take on Yada FC at Rufaro, Highlanders clash with Chicken Inn at Barberfield Stadium, and Caps United play Triangle at National Sports Stadium. At Boaba Bangezi, Platinum will face ZPC Kariba, and at Mandava FC, Platinum host Tel 1. And that's all we had on ZTN News. Let's catch Blessing at 1 p.m. Thank you for watching.